Overwatch's 2 Stadium mode is everything I ever wanted in Overwatch, but sadly it didn't include my main, Sigma. But luckily in Overwatch's next season, Sigma will be introduced in Stadium game modes. But that only got me wondering, what would his powers look like in a Stadium game mode? So as a Sigma main, I made 12 powers that Sigma can potentially have in Overwatch 2 Stadium. My name is Sappheiros, and this is 12 Overwatch powers that Sigma can have in Overwatch Stadium. Before I start listing off the potential powers that Sigma can have, I wanted to take a look at existing powers that other characters have and see what made their powers, and how everything is organized. Characters in Stadium have abilities or powers that enhance their primary fire, secondary fire, ability 1, ability 2, and ultimate. Taking that into consideration, I made 12 Sigma powers, and here they are. Gravity of the situation. When hyperspears make direct contact 3 times consecutively, enemies hit will levitate and knock away. This ability is actually based off of Sigma's Hyper Strike perk, I believe it's called, where whenever you hit 5 direct hyper spears, their next melee will levitate the enemy. It's the same type of deal, but instead of like 5 hyper spears, it will be third, and you won't have the quick melee. It would just levitate right after the third hit. Or 2. Trapper spears launch 1 additional hyper spear. Now this one was pretty simple to like come up with. My idea behind it is that every character in the game got like, not every character, but most characters in Stadium has some type of like extra DPS ability. I just wanted to give Sigma, you know, more of that poking advantage, because he's like one of the really only like serious poke tank. Well, technically there's no like poke tanks in the game, but his playstyle is like a lot more poke than all of the other tanks, unless you include like power number 3, poke tank. Increase range of hyper spears by 100%. Now this is one of the ones that I really don't know about, purely for the fact that I feel like 100% is too much, but like it could be tweaked to like do like have a lower range, but at the same time I don't think it's powerful enough to keep in the game if you nerf it. But like if it's too strong, then it's too strong. So yeah, it can kind of sway both ends. Power number 4, barrier deflect. Experimental barrier can now deflect incoming projectiles for 100 health when it is first deployed. For real, this is the one that made me think of this video. When I was thinking of like Sigma powers, I was trying to be different from the Reinhardt way of his barrier is able to amplify projectiles going through it. I was thinking to counteract that, like what can our second shield hero inside Stadium do that's different with his shield? And what I came up with was the ability to deflect incoming projectiles. Thing is, I expected to have like a second health bar on top of it, like kind of like overhealth but for like shields, right? And once 100 of this overhealth for the shield depletes, it would just go back to being a regular shield. But before then, like it would deflect everything in the game. Well, not everything, but you know, projectiles and shit. Well, shit, I forgot what power this is, but fuck it. Next power, weightless barrier. Sigma gains the ability to fly while experimental barrier is destroyed. Oh shit. This one was inspired by the major perk levitate. Whenever I am in a comp match, I always go for levitate, and I can't see of a way levitating making it into Stadium, so I made levitate situational and a power, which I expect levitate to go on longer than 3 seconds, how it is in the base game in Stadium, but I feel like he should have the ability to fly for as long as his shield is broken. I'm not trying to make this section too long, but I just thought about the fact that perks exist in different tabs, and Kiriko has a perk on survival where she can buy a double jump. So maybe levitate could just be in as a buyable perk. Next perk, accelerations gravity. Accelerations hit a target, all enemies near the target will get pulled closer. If acceleration misfires where the rock lands, it will pull enemies closer. Bro, that explanation was so fucking bad. I'm so sorry if you have to sit there and listen to me say that. But what I mean, if I can elaborate, is Sigma will launch his incretion. Wait, did I say acceleration or incretion? I'm fucking dumb. I'm stupid. Stupid. That's besides the point. He will launch his incretion, and if it hits a target, it would be like a mini Zarya grab, and it would bring enemies closer to the enemy hit. And if you miss where you hit the ground at, it would still like be a mini Zarya grab and like pulls enemy closer. 2 big rocks. Incretion has a second charge. Nah, as a Sigma man, I just want to throw a second rock. That's it. That's it. I just want to throw a second rock. Rock sniper. Incretion can now be charged for a longer and stronger boost in damage scales to distance traveled. I actually don't know if incretion already like scales to damage travel. I don't think it does, but it should. But my whole thing with this perk is Sigma is able, when he's gathering the rocks for incretion, you're able to hold it longer, and because of that it becomes stronger, and then the farther that you throw it, it also does more damage. Hey, let's bring back Sigma one shot, bro. Like I low-key miss it. Like, yeah, we finally getting to the bottom, last 4 powers. And the next one we have is gravity grabs. Kinetic grabs now pulls enemies closer. I actually like this one, and I think that it would turn Sigma from a brawly tank to, not a brawly tank, to from a poke tank to a brawly tank. And it also would not help his matchup against D.Va because he's already really strong into D.Va, but those different dive characters like D.Va will have a hard time getting away from Sigma with this new perk. Next perk, black hole. Kinetic grabs now eats beams and deployables. For this one, I feel like that's kind of broken, or I was told that it was kind of broken, but not really in my opinion about the beams. But the deployable parts is kind of questionable because what Overwatch classified as deployables nowadays is like more than it used to be. Because I think Reinhardt's shield is now a deployable. So I wouldn't nerf that, as in the fact that he can now just like fully get rid of his shield. But I would say like make the cooldown on deployables that he eats like mirror matches Sigma shields. Just restart the cooldown on it, not the actual barrier health and cooldowns, just the cooldown, my bad. And for other deployables, is really to get rid of like sim turrets and torp turrets if they were to ever be introduced into Stadium. For my Naruto fans, next perk, planetary devastation. Gravity flux now lifts all enemies inside the radius to the center and then drops them. Yo, planetary devastation is one of those powers that like made me like really think, what could Sigma really do differently? And then I thought grouping up all enemies when the slam hits would make the like actual kill confirms for those enemies so much better, making his ult a lot more better. Yeah. The universe! The universe! It sings to me! Nah, I'm sorry for the error rate. The universe. For 10 seconds after using gravity flux, Sigma gains free flight. As you can see, I really like Sigma movement abilities, like a lot. And oh, I'm sorry about the ear rape. I just really wanted to do, you know, the universe it sings to me meme, but I feel like as a Six Sigma is a flying tank. He's a gravity thing tank. Let him leave the ground more. Like let's not ground lock him. Let's make him fly. Make him a UFO. Yo, it's the outro of the video. Uh, this is like my very first YouTube video in like I don't know how long, and like first YouTube video of like the something like this, like a video like this. If you don't follow me on TikTok, go follow me on TikTok, please. I like to stream on TikTok. I'm thinking about starting to stream on Twitch, and if this video kind of has like a decent amount of following, I want to try doing it again. As you can see, I'm not as comfortable as I would love to be on the mic, like talking in a room by myself. If you're enjoying my Discord, that's Surimu. Surimu logo. Surimu logo. Boom. There we go. Surimu is just a community server where we just like, you know, chill, hang out, play games. You're gonna join a group. Join, it's free. We fuck with everybody. Trying to play Overwatch with me, let me know. Join Surimu right now. We can play Overwatch right now. Run it up in some Stadium. Stadium is what I wanted for a very long time from Overwatch, and I'm happy to have it. Happy for Sigma to actually be in the game. If you can't tell, this part is very, very unscripted. It's just chilling. Please give me feedback in the comments and like give me like tips on how I could be better for like stuff like this without my friend group to like low-key get some of that anxiety, that shyness off of me. I'm not shy in real life. I'm just struggling here. Like and subscribe, and I guess that's it. Thank you for fucking with me and making it this far, which I doubt y'all did. I know I just said peace out, but I just realized that the Omnic post also had the same idea I did. So and he uploaded this 8 days before I did. So go check out his video if you want to see more Sigma Stadium builds.